Welcome to episode 2 of my PM DevLog, where I'm building GraphHub, a collection of community-built open source knowledge graphs. So I came up with the idea of using lists and only lists to represent entire graphs, and I really wasn't sure if it's possible or not. So I spent the bulk of the week basically going back and forth with ChatGPT, and I had an amazing experience. So basically, I decided to share how you can use and how I use ChatGPT to do product ideation and development.
I've written an instruction manual that basically tells ChatGPT exactly what I want to build and how I want to build it. Since my previous devlog, I've been looking at existing tools and trying to find anything that could fill the purpose I need. At the end, I came short, so I decided to put on my data PM and data engineer hat and simply invent it myself. I called it the GraphHubSchema, GHS, a new way to organize knowledge. I broke it down for ChatGPT in 3 sections. The component section explains what is the schema and what is inside of it. The visualization section explains to ChatGPT how it can show me the graph in a text-based format. In the final part, I found that giving ChatGPT examples of inputs and what I wanted to say back makes it work much better. Let's see it in action. I've loaded this document into ChatGPT. And let's put it now to the test by asking it what it thinks GHS is and what its target audience is. Basically, given the amount of information it has, it gave me the absolute perfect answer. I couldn't have said it better myself. Now let's ask ChatGPT to compare my solution with other similar solutions. This is amazing because not only does it show me that ChatGPT really understands what I built and why I built it, it also gives me an opportunity to learn entirely new things that I haven't thought about. Great, now I know that it understands what I want to do. Let's give it some information and see if it can organize it using GHS. I'm going to give it a small list of movies organized by audience, genre, and categories. If you remember, in the explanation for ChatGPT, I've also explained how I wanted to visualize GHS. Now I can simply copy-paste the list of movies, and out they come completely reorganized just in the manner in which I asked it to do it. I've made the ChatGPT training document public so anyone can try it. You can simply copy-paste it into a chat and ask ChatGPT to visualize any concept you would like. In this example, I asked it to map the Tesla car company. Now, imagine how cool it would be that when GraphHub is made, I can just ask ChatGPT to start creating initial concepts and hubs that people can later go and contribute on.
I think that many people know that you can use ChatGPT to write code, but not many people know that you can, without any code, basically program ChatGPT to do whatever it is that you want it to do, which is very useful for a ton of different tasks. So yeah, as you saw, I programmed ChatGPT to take any concept I want, and now it's able to return it to me as a knowledge graph in the format that I need and describe. But I want to break down what exactly it's doing behind the scenes and how does it actually work, because this is going to be the unique selling point of GraphHub, and it's going to be what makes it easy for non-technical people to understand.
Let me break down what ChatGPT actually did by going through an example of a video rental store. The store is organized into 2 floors, kids and adults. Each floor has 3 shelves organized by movie genre. Let's put the movies on the shelf in the same way that I gave it to ChatGPT. The movies we gave ChatGPT also had some categories. Let's imagine those as stickers put directly on the movies. So here is the finished example of how the store currently organizes knowledge. In this method, when the customer wants to find a movie like, say, The Lion King, he or she would be directed to the animation shelf on the kids' floor, and they should be able to find a red and green sticker on it. On the other hand, let's consider an employee who wants to shelve a new movie. He or she must pick the relevant floor, kids or adult, and the relevant shelf by genre. In this method, every movie belongs to a specific floor and a specific shelf. I taught ChatGPT to convert that into GraphHubSchema, which at its core basically says everything must be built from only concepts, and lists. So how does that actually work? Well, for this analogy, let's consider lists as shelves. As such, our store still has the same 6 shelves for each genre. The colored stickers that represented categories are now also shelves. This actually means that in the new system, the same movie can be on several different shelves. Finally, we have the floors. And guess what? They are also shelves. But these are actually special shelves. In this case, the adult shelf is described as containing everything on the romance drama shelf, the timeless classics, the cultural impact, and a few other movies. The customer experience is now very different with GHS. For example, let's go back to the customer who wants to find the Lion King movie. He can now go and find it on any of these shelves. There are no more floors and no more stickers. Notice that in this system, it's perfectly fine for the Lion King to be on both the kids and adults shelf. It actually shows on that shelf because it's a timeless classic. And it was defined that adults shelf shows everything that is timeless classic. The employee experience is also easier as they are no longer forced to a specific floor and shelf, but can pick any shelf they think is relevant for the movie.
Cool. So this analogy, I think, is a really great example of not only how data will be organized, but also the kind of personas that the hub will have. You have the customer who came looking for a movie. This would be like a visitor of the hub who is coming to find some information about the concept. You have the employee who has to shelve the movie. This would be like the public contributor who basically comes and says, hey, we should add this item to this list. And finally, we have the person who decided that for the adult shelf will include all the information from another shelf. This would sort of be the graph designer. And for more advanced hubs, this will also be an important role.
I've already started building the infrastructure and landing page using Blazor, and this is what I will show in the next episode.